Well, today is day 2 of the African Union-AIP Water Investment Summit in Cape Town. The main objective of the summit is to accelerate investment into African water and sanitation programs by promoting a pipeline of investable projects and enabling environment for landmark investment partnerships and transformative finance. So let's get an update again from SABC News reporter Bulelani Phillip, who is there. Bulelani, good morning again.
Good morning to you, Leanne, once again, and to the viewers at home. Of course, today the focus is going to be around matchmaking bankable projects in relation to investors that are willing to fund those projects. Of course, the African continent having a investment shortfall of about $30 billion annually, and if that money is not being able to be received from investors, then of course a lot of people on the continent will go without clean water in the coming years. Joining me now is Alex Simalabwi, who is the CEO of the Africa Water Investment Program, high-level panel secretariat. Of course, Alex, thank you so much. Opening the conference yesterday, a lot of talk around matchmaking bankable projects with investors. Are you hopeful that that is going to be fruitful today?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. I mean, you saw the big energy yesterday in terms of the high-level opening by His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, chair of the G20, with other leaders, where he also launched the first ever Global Outlook Council on Water Investments to drive high-level political mobilization, mobilizing capital, driving coherence and coordination at the global level. And this has never existed before under the G20 framework. So our leadership that has been demonstrated already is enough confidence to the private sector, is enough confidence to the partners, because this is exactly what they look for. They look for commitment, leadership demonstrated. And His Excellency Ramaphosa also talked about the landmark project with Randwater that he also launched last Friday ahead of this summit. So the signals we heard yesterday are very encouraging, and the investors are quite excited. The summit has attracted close to 200 investors, about 194. They are here from all over the continent and from all over the world. And from what we're hearing from the countries, they're excited. Some countries are already making deals after the matchmaking sessions, having private conversations in a way that they begin to discuss in terms of what are the next steps, what are the next steps. So we're quite excited from what we're hearing. I met with the Africa Development Bank last evening. They were giving me feedback in one of the sessions, and they were like, we've never had this before, where we can talk to heads of states, the ministers' governments, and owners of the projects to discuss the challenges and how do we accelerate that. So we are pretty excited, and the momentum is quite high.
Quickly, the declarations that will be made here will be tabled at the G20 meeting in November. Give us a sense of just a high level, what are some of the draft declarations that you've made?
Yes, one of the key outcomes from the declaration, of course, is the Global Outlook Council, which includes a number of G20 member countries, as well as the likes of Bill Gates as co-chair, Prime Minister Maya from the Caribbean, who have been brought together to drive this momentum. G20 members, including non-G20 members like Senegal, for instance, who is the co-chair of the co-host of the UN 2023 Sixth Water Conference. So we hope that at the G20 Leadership Summit, these issues can be tabled around prioritizing water, because you cannot achieve solidarity, equality, the key objectives of the Presidents of South Africa Summit, without making sure that everyone has water.
All right, thank you so much, Alex Simalabwi, who is the CEO of the AIP High-Level Panel Secretariat. On that note, Leanne, it's back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Bulelani. Thanks for another informative crossing there from an important gathering for the issue of water.